Lana got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. Penelope took their order. Good morning, Mike and Lana. Good morning, Penelope. It is a beautiful morning, isn't it? Yes, it is. What a great time of year to be in San Francisco, early June. Feels so good to be alive. We're hungry, Penelope. Yes, Elena, what's it going to be for you this morning? I'll have the Bayshire griddle cakes and a cup of Martin morning coffee. Sure. What's it going to be for you, Mike? Give me the paradise pancakes and a cup of mud morning coffee. I'll have that for you people. Mike and Elena are sitting in their favorite booth by the front window having a deep conversation when all of a sudden they hear the sound of the Squeeze song, Tempted. From a car in the street, and then the sound of a car crash. They look out the window and see a very puzzling sight. It appears to be the crash that took place in the original Reality Bites. At the beginning of the movie, when Lana threw a lit cigarette into Michael's car and then crashed into it, appears to be exactly that scene. Unfolding, but somehow spliced into Reality Bites 2 in the street in front of Pancakes by the Bay in San Francisco. The same chain of events takes place in a new context. Michael, Elena, and Vicky get out of the cars and go to the Pancakes by the Bay to sort through the situation. Upon entering, Elena looks right at her character from Reality Bites with a bewildered look on her face. Elena from Reality Bites looks back at her. Elena, Vicky, and Michael grab a table. I'm sorry for these unfortunate circumstances. What's your name? It's Michael Grace. I'm so sorry. That's a nice fucking car. It's too bad it's just a lump of mangled steel. Now, after I got to it, what a beautiful car that was before I destroyed it. How can I make it up to you? Let me see, I don't know. You're such a nice person and so darn cute. Why don't you just buy me some pancakes and coffee and maybe get me a bus pass that covers the Houston area? Thanks for being so forgiving, Michael. That's a display of unbelievable character. I turned your beautiful car into a lump of mangled steel, forcing you to take a miserable 2-hour bus ride to work every day. Schizophrenic people you might be on the bus with, and you accept my apology to be served up with pancakes? Don't be completely mistaken. I am fucking fuming inside. I may somehow improve my mood. Can I also get a date out of this? No. No? You destroyed my car and you're going to give me a bus pass and I can't even get a lousy date out of it? No thanks. All of a sudden Penelope comes to the table. Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I just wanted to let you know. You are not in Houston, Texas. You are in San Francisco, California. What? All of a sudden, Elena from Reality Bites 2 approaches them. It's true. I saw the accident happen. Thanks for joining me, people. I hope you're all subscribers of my YouTube channel. That's a scene from Reality Bites that's been somehow spliced into Reality Bites 2, set here in San Francisco. Are you serious? Now that's far out. We need to figure out how to get you back into Reality Bites. In the meantime, would you and Michael like to come with me and with Mike and I, to Mike's condominium to watch some the performance of William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure. They went back to Mike's condominium to watch Mike and Elena perform some William Shakespeare dialogue. They're sitting on a couch in Mike's condominium talking. So, we have to figure out a way to get you back to Reality Bites. Yeah, we need to get them back there. So, a scene from Reality Bites has been spliced and placed into Reality Bites 2. I guess we need to figure out how to get it spliced from Reality Bites 2 back into Reality Bites. Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. While you're here, Lelena, would you like to know what some of the projects that you are going to be involved in the future? Sure. In Texas, you are going to be hired as a documentarian to film a documentary about the American buffalo. The American buffalo. What about the American buffalo? The spiritual connection that the American buffalo has to the people of Texas. And the American buffalo is a symbol of American ingenuity, freedom, free-spiritedness, independence, determination, liberation, pleasures of the soul, and abundance. In your documentary about the American buffalo, you study the history of the American buffalo and its relationship to the indigenous people and gain insight into its soul life. That's awesome. What else? You'll be hired as a writer for Coffee Lovers Monthly in San Francisco. That's great. I love coffee. I can write about how it excites my mind, body, and soul in a way that transcends my soul to a place of eternal pleasure. Yeah. Do you want to practice some more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure, they practice some more William Shakespeare dialogue. Mike, Lelena, and Lelena from Reality Bites 2 got up the next morning and went to Pancakes by the Bay for breakfast and coffee. They got a table by the window. This is a nice restaurant. Pancakes by the Bay, I like the name. You're going to love the food. Here comes Penelope, the waitress. Hi, it's nice to see you people this morning. How can I help you? I've obviously never eaten here before. What would you recommend? The pancakes are delicious, but you can only taste the transcendent deliciousness of the pancakes if you are in love. Love is the key ingredient that flavors the pancakes. The mere culinary pleasure that you derive from eating the pancakes is heightened by the feeling of walking along a path in life illuminated by profound love. I'm not in love. Does that mean they are going to taste like ordinary pancakes to me? I'm in love with you, Lelena. Look into my eyes. Feel my soul. Feel the union of my soul with yours. We could transcend. We could walk along that path of immortal love into the gates of dawn in fields of never-seen beauty and abundance. Okay, I'm looking into your eyes. Now I'll taste the pancakes. Elena takes a bite of the pancakes. They do taste better that way. They finish breakfast and walk out of the restaurant into what they thought was going to be a San Francisco morning. It turned out to be a Houston morning. Wow, this is the apartment complex where the characters from Reality Bites live. Have we been spliced from Reality Bites 2 into Reality Bites? It sure looks like it. Yeah, this is the building for Reality Bites. We have to go inside and see the place. Sure. They went inside the apartment and building to discuss the situation. When they got into the building, they found a strange man, a strange looking man in the vestibule. His name is Hugh Henderson. Excuse me, people. Are you here to see Troy Dyer? Yeah, how did you know? You have that look about you. You have the mischievous look about you that is a defining characteristic of Troy's friends. We're not mischievous. Oh, I know you're up to something. We are most certainly not up to something. We are just here to visit our friend Troy. Then you can't. You can't visit Troy unless you are up to something. We can't visit Troy unless we're up to something? We're not up to something. If we were up to something, we would tell you. Why would you tell me if you were up to something? That would give it away. If you were up to something, I'm sure you wouldn't tell me, because then I could snitch on you. Maybe we would tell you if we were up to something, if we wanted you to join us as an accomplice. But I assure you, we are not up to something. That being said, why are we not permitted to enter the building and visit Troy unless we are up to something? Because he's up to something. Unless you are in on the something that he's up to, you are not in cahoots with him and shall not be permitted to enter the building. Okay, we were just kidding. We are up to something. What are you up to? We're not supposed to tell you. It's between us and Troy. That's the right answer. What we're up to? No? I just know that you're up to something. That's part of the screening process that a person has to go through to be admitted to the building. You have to prove to me that you are up to something and you are in cahoots with Troy. You tell that you're up to something by the look in your eyes. Now for the other part of the screening process. Do you remember when Troy said that there was an IQ prerequisite to talk to him? Yeah, there really is. You have to score in the genius range of IQs in order to talk to him. You have to have a genius level IQ to talk to this asshole? Just to talk to this asshole. He won't even talk to people with average IQs? No, he won't. Why won't he? Because those are his rules. Those are his rules. Who has rules? He does. He has rules, and those are his rules. Well, Elena and I are both smart, but I don't see why we should have to prove it. Those are his rules. You have to prove it. How do we prove it? I have an appointment set up for you and Elena to be tested at a testing center in Austin, Texas. How's Saturday morning? Okay, I think it's ridiculous, but we'll go. Bring me back proof of your genius level IQs and you shall be admitted to the building. Okay. Elena, would you like to practice more William Shakespeare dialogue? Sure, Mike and Elena found a park in Houston, Texas on that beautiful night where they could practice some more dialogue. Here's an excerpt from it. Now I'm going to get my William Shakespeare book out to practice some more dialogue. Romeo and Juliet. Act 2, Scene 2. Capulet's torture, Enter Romeo. He jests the scars that never felt a wound. Enter Juliet above at the window. But soft. What light through yonder window breaks is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. That thou her maid art more fair than she? Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green. None but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. Two of the fairest stars in all the heaven having some business there do entreat her eyes, till they twinkle in their spheres, till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth a lamp. Would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that it were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek. She speaks, so speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious of this night being over my head as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of soul mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air. Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow that tips with silver all these fruit treetops. Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. What shall I swear by? Do not swear at all. Or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee. If my heart's their love, well, do not swear, although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It's too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which just ceased to be. Everyone can say light and sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, do his sweet repose and rest. Condemn thy heart as that within my breast. Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction canst thou have tonight? The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine. I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would the word to give again. Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love? But to be frank, and give thee again. And yet I wish for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again. Oh, blessed night! I am afeard, being a knight. All this is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial. Re-enter Juliet above. 3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. 1,000 times good night, 1,000 times the worse. To want that light. Love goes toward love as schoolgirls from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks. Re-enter Juliet above. Hist, Romeo, hist. Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tasseled gentle back again, bondage is hoarse, and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine, with repetition of Romeo's name. It is my soul that calls upon thy name, my name. How silver sweet sound lover's tongue by night, like softest music to attending ears. Romeo, what, my dear? At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee? By the hour of 9. I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back. Let me stand here till thou remember it. I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company. And I'll still stay to have thee still forget. Forgetting any other home but this. 'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone. And yet no farther than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty. Yes, I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. Here I will go to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell. And a Romeo and Balthazar with a torch, a mattock, and a crow of iron. Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning. See thou delivered to my father. Give me the light. Upon thy life I charge thee. Whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof. And do not interrupt me in my course while I descend upon this bed of death. Is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take thence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence be gone. But if thou jealous dost return to pry in what I farther shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time of my intents are savage wilds, more fierce and more inexorable, far than empty tigers in the roaring sea. I'll be gone, sir, and not trouble thee. So shalt thou show me frankness, have thee that live and be prosperous, and farewell, a good fellow. This letter doth make good the friar's words. Their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague? See what a scourge is laid upon your head? That heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished. Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand. But I can give thee more. For I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Winona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet. As rich shall Romeo by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity. A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun, for sorrow, will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and Romeo.